Righto, I'm off to see Dan in Noisekillers.
Here with Roy from
A few moments later.
Here with Roy from 4x4 Obsession, and he's brought this lovely Defender 90 into us today to get a full soundproofing kit. Now, this vehicle does have Exmoor trim matting in it, so we need to have a look, see where we can add our materials, but basically we are going to put as much stuff in this to make it as quiet as possible for Roy. So the plan for today is we're going to start at the front and work our way backwards. So we're going to take the bonnet off, flip that over, clean it thoroughly, and then we're going to apply our Vibrasorb material. It does have the Exmoor trim matting in there. Now this is really good stuff. The only problem from our side is we can't fit our normal kit underneath it. So we're going to use our NK matte deadening instead, because it's only 3mm thick. And we're going to use that on the sides and the front of the seat box. And also in the footwells and stuff, we're going to see what we can do as well. Have a look at the bulkhead. But to do that, we're going to have to strip the seats out, get the matting out the way, and then we can get a clear run. Now, this matting does have more give, so we can put our normal sound barrier and adhesive sound barrier in this section here. That's going to make a big difference. And then we're going to put some 15mm flat foam up here on the roof, because there will be a headlining going back in. So that's going to take a lot of airborne sounds out, and yeah, should make a massive difference. Okay, so the first step is just to take the Exmoor trim rear matting out. It's stuck down there just with some adhesive, so peel that out of the way, then reveal the bare metalwork, take the seats out the front, basically just stripping the vehicle just to make it easier to get at all the matting and all the bare metal that we need to soundproof. There's no need to fully remove the matting, just move it out of the way so that you can access the panels.
Yep.
So we are now ready to start adding the soundproofing. What we've done is we've taken the bonnet off, just gives us better access, means we can clean it thoroughly. We're going to use some of the panel wipe and the adhesive remover to get that absolutely spotless first of all before sticking down the bonnet soundproofing. If that's not immaculate, it will peel, so this is the really important stage to get that exactly right. So I would suggest if you're going to do this at home, take the bonnet off, do it properly, take double the length of time that you think you need to get that clean, and then you will be happy with the results. Okay, so in the interior, it looks like a bit of a minefield at the moment, but we've loosened all the Exmoor trim matting. We're not going to take it all out because I can gain access as it is, so I would recommend doing that if you've got a matting system. Just loosen it all off, and then you can gain more access to where you need to go. And then if we just have a final look in the back. So again, all the rubber matting is out of the back. We've taken a couple of little bits out the way. So we've got a clean run now at the full vehicle. We're going to do the roof lining as well. So we're ready to get cracking, start at the front, work our way back, and let's get cracking. No, sorry.
A few moments later.
Take 3.
Yeah.
Okay, so front headlining is coming out. Fairly simple to do this, just take out the plastic clips and then also the sun visors and the rear view mirror, and then you can lift that out of the way. Then obviously at this part I'm doing the cutting. If you order a kit from us, it comes pre-cut. Every piece is numbered, so you don't have to worry about where it goes. It's literally a case of following the instructional guide and fitting it as needed. Adhesive remover going on first to this under bonnet. Just making sure that all the grease, grime, mud, oil, whatever's on there is gone. And then on top of that, using a panel wipe afterwards just to give it that final clean. It should literally be squeaky clean when you run your finger across it, so that's always a good test to make sure it's ready for the underbonnet material to go on. Just push it down into place with your hands, and then I would use a roller to roller it on, make sure that the adhesive is fully stuck down. There might be some minor adjustments that you need to make, so just mark those and then cut those with a Stanley knife or a pair of scissors. Just every bonnet seems to be slightly different, so worth just altering slightly to make it fit perfectly. To have that, once that's on, get the bonnet back in place. Then that's the front section done. For the front section, we're going to use the NK matte sound deadening material. As we mentioned before, it's just with having the Exmoor trim rubber matting in, we just don't have as much space in there to put the open cell foam. So this might be one of the last times you see me using a Stanley knife and a ruler, because hopefully we're going into the 21st century and getting a CNC machine very, very soon. So let's see if this is a moment marked in history or whether I'll still be here in 10 years cutting this by hand. Let's find out. Watch this space. So now it's just a case of peeling off the backing, lining everything up and putting the NK mat down in its desired location. You can tell where it needs to go just by its shape, but we do have that information guide that comes with the kits that tells you exactly where it needs to go. The front kit will include the sides and the front of the seat box, the footwell area, the bulkhead, and either sides of the footwell as well, so the sort of the bell housing area and the outer skin as well. Some adjustments might need to be made just depending on where you've got your isolator switches or things like that. Again, you can easily cut these with a Stanley knife or a pair of scissors. The only real consideration when sticking this material down is just that you've got a clean surface to stick it to. It's really, really sticky, but obviously if you've got mud or anything like that, it's just going to peel off, so just make sure that it's immaculate before you stick it down. just marking out some holes for some bolts that we're going through. So again, this is just a little customization you might have to do depending on what your truck looks like in the back. The adhesive sound barrier is going in the back. So this is our acoustic open cell foam with 2 damping sheets. And then that just gets pushed down into place. And then, like I say, I added a bit of extra contact adhesive there just to help it stick because of the Raptor paint. Rolled it flat. And then the Exmo trim mounting's going to go back over the top anyway. So the 2 wheel arches are adhesive, and then the floor piece we leave as non-adhesive, just if you ever needed to whip it out if it got wet, you can do that easily. Onto the roof, we're using the NK Mat sound deadening pads to take out your vibrations and your structural sounds. You only need about 50% coverage, that's why I'm just using a couple of mats here and there. And then we've got 15mm open cell foam that comes again pre-cut, ready to go straight in, 4 pieces in the front, 2 in the back, and that just slots in between those cross members, and then the headlining can go back up. One trick with the headlining, if you are going to put it back up, use new genuine Land Rover clips. If you're going to fight with the old ones, good luck to you. Sorted.
Absolutely loving having the Noisekiller kit. It's really made a huge difference to the drivability and the comfort of the vehicle. Yeah, you can hold a conversation inside it now sensibly. The radio doesn't have to be too loud. It's just a lot more pleasant to be in. No more ringing or drumming ears after a long journey. So Noisekiller have done a fantastic job.